Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I thought I'd start this video in the countryside. It's a bit different, and yeah, it's surprising. You kind of don't really appreciate the place where you live, especially in the countryside, until something like what is going on in the world happens. I'm extremely lucky. Literally at the end of my street I have access to, all this, and literally this goes on for 10-15 miles over the countryside, and you will literally see no one up here most of the time. There's been a few more around recently because this is all anyone can do, but I could go over the moors, walk 10 miles and probably not see anyone. So I'm very lucky, and I can only imagine how difficult a time people are having that live in these cities like Manchester or London. Anywhere really where you can't have access to this kind of area without driving. So yeah, anyway, this video isn't to talk about coronavirus and the countryside. This video is to talk about the two new cars coming to the channel. So a couple of you had a guess in the previous video, and you were right, they are both Mercedes C-Class. One's a State, one's a Coupe. So nothing spectacularly exciting. They're not C63s or anything like that. But with the current climate, I couldn't really risk piling a load of money into cars. These were cheap and should hopefully keep us busy for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'll cut straight into the Copart adverts now, because I haven't received the cars yet. I've mentioned it already, Copart are quoting up to 10 days, so I thought instead of us just waiting around and doing nothing, I'd do this video, show you the cars. You can have a look at the Copart auction slips yourself and make up your mind whether they're cheap or not. So yeah, we're cutting now. Sorry if the volume on my voice goes a bit different. I have to use a different microphone at home, and it doesn't quite pick up my voice like the GoPro does. So whilst you're watching the rest of the video, I'm going to continue walking around this lovely place that I call home and say hello to the cows. Okay, let's dive straight in, and we'll go with the 2013 Estate first. So this is the car that I won from York for £1,200. So it's a 2013 C220 diesel, 2.1 diesel, 170 brake horse. It's got 96,000 on, which is low mileage for these. Honestly, I've looked on eBay and they're all over 100, sometimes over 150. They've got high mileage on them. So front end damage, secondary damage it says all over. So there isn't really any other damage, to be fair. Down as a non-runner. Well, it doesn't say it's a non-runner, but it doesn't say it's running, so as far as I'm concerned, it's a non-runner. Airbags deployed, vehicle has one key. So straight away the picture shows the damage. It's this corner, so you got bonnet, headlight bumper. The crash bar's gonna have some serious damage to it. Can't see no damage on the wings. No suspension damage. So it's just that damage. Now the airbags, well, we'll just run through the pictures first. So onto the back. Back's all clean. No issues there. It's the facelift, so it's the LED lights on the back, and obviously the facelift front lights. Nothing special about this car, obviously. So we get to the airbag situation. Steering wheel airbag, and I think knee airbag, but luckily and critically the dashboard airbag is okay. So probably going to be looking at a driver's seat belt as well, I would have thought, if it's took the driver's steering wheel and knee airbag. Strange because the damage is on the passenger side. But back, just normal leather. Engine bay, nothing stands out much there really. Perhaps a little bit of damage to the top panel there, but that is a separate piece. That just holds the headlight in, and you can buy them separate. They're not connected to the middle whatsoever. So I'm not expecting any radiator damage, although the crash bar has been pushed back. But I'm not suspecting any radiator damage. You can't tell the coolant level. Doesn't mean there's none in there, but we'll find out. Picture the clocks, and like I said, it's not running on the picture, and it doesn't say it's running in highlights, so it's a non-runner. 96,000 miles, nothing too exciting there. Another picture of the front. When they do a close-up picture like this, it's generally because there's something they want you to see. So if you zoom in, it's just got a little bit of, scratches on the rear bumper. But this is going to be a load lugger for someone, so I'm not going to be too fussed about touching up stuff like that. Might get the polisher on it and see what comes out, but I won't be spending too much time on it, that's for sure. So that's pretty much it for this car. They reckon its retail value is 9,000. No, it's not. Not even clean, I don't think. What suggests this car finished is probably £3,500, I would say. So £1,200, I guess. I don't know, I'm not even going to guess. We're not going to go through prices on this. But anyway, I think it was cheap enough. Like I said, facelift, LED rear lights, 2.1 diesel. Nothing fancy, but it gives us something to do on the channel, and we can hopefully make a bit of money on it, get back a bit of the money from the Golf. So that's the first one. This is the second one. So this is a 2011 C250 AMG coupe. So this one's got the 1.8 petrol turbo in it, 204 brake horse, I think they are. Again, front end damage. A little bit different, this one. Looking at the wing, it's pretty obvious that the damage was predominantly on this side. But it must have been, on this corner, because there's nothing on the actual bonnet. I'm not sure. I think, well, obviously that crash bar's pushed in a bit in the middle, so something in the middle, and there's a bit of damage lower down. So this looks to me like it's been pulled apart by the insurance company to assess, the damage. And I'm kind of hoping that at least this side headlight is going to be in the boot, because they don't take pictures of parts that come with cars. You get the car, you look at it, and you find out what you've got, because the headlights for this particular coupe are expensive. They're £350 plus each, sometimes up to £600 each. So I'm hoping there's at least one in the boot. If not two, it's possible this one didn't even get damaged. There's no damage to the headlight carrier, the framework around it, there's nothing there, nothing on the crash bar. So it's possible this headlight might have survived as well, so fingers crossed they're going to be in the boot, and that'll save us a fortune on this car. So run around the pictures. This is the other side, I've just shown it here. This wing is fine. So it's one wing. Worst case, bumper, pair of headlights, and the grills obviously, crash bar, done. Best case, bumper, grills and crash bar, and a wing. Onto the back, nothing really to see. It's got the parking sensors front and back, and a bit of duct tape on the boot for some reason. Now I'm hoping there's not going to be a big hole underneath that duct tape. But like as always, we're not going to find out until we get it. Again, it's the facelift, LED rear lights. Other side, nothing really to see on this side. Nice alloys. Hopefully they're not marked up too much. So the interior of these facelifts was completely different to the early 204s. W204 this chassis is, by the way. This is it C204 the coupe, W204 the saloon, S204 is the estate. But the 204 range, the facelift, they changed the whole dashboard and modernised it a load. So there's a big difference inside here. No airbag damage. the interior looks to be in very good condition, and I had spotted it's got a camera in it, which is interesting. So I'm looking forward to having a look at that. You never know, it might even have on it the footage from the crash, which would be fun to see. Well, not fun, obviously. I hope no one's injured. Very much doubt it. This one is an automatic. I didn't mention the estate is actually a manual. They are quite rare, the manuals in Mercedes-Benz. So the back, being a coupe, the only 4-seaters. Picture of the bonnet. I'm not too sure why they took a picture of this. Like I said, generally there's a reason. I can't see any damage other than what I presume is bird poo splattering. So hopefully that's not damaged, because they are best part. Well, they're £300, and I could do with not replacing that. This one is very low mileage at 51,000 on a 2011. Low mileage. Another picture of the front. And then another random picture of the back. Now again, like I said before, they generally take these pictures for a reason. If you zoom in on the back corner of the bumper, there's a few scuffs, so I'm guessing that's why. So parking sensors front and back. The estate has parking sensors front and back as well. Nothing much else to say about this one, other than it is actually a run and drive. This car is a run and drive, so that's good. No additional information, and this car paid £2,000 for. So these are our prices. We'll talk about fees and whatnot when the cars are complete and sold. So they're the two cars I bought. Just to touch on this estate again, like I said, it's a non-runner, but because the airbags are blown, these Mercedes-Benz have a shutdown system, just like most modern cars, and they don't need any sensors changing. Basically, you go on with a computer and you can reset the it's basically just a cut off to the alternator, the starter motor to start the engine. So it's just a power cut off to the starter motor that you can reset via a decent scanning tool. So once it turns up, we'll whack a scanner on it and hopefully wipe it, and it should start straight up, no problems. So there you are, they're the cars. Tell me what you think. Like I said, worst case, give us a bit to do for a few weeks, and there should be two cheap cars for some people to make use of afterwards. So what does Mr. Moo Moo think about the cars? Moo Moo? Can you even see me? Moo Moo doesn't care about cars, all he cares about is his hay. So there you go, they're the cars, they're the cows. So what do you think? Good buys? Bad buys? I think they were cheap enough, to be fair. So you'll have seen the prices on the Copart auction sheets. The estate, £1,200. The coupe, 2,000. Now obviously they're without fees and without the dreaded delivery charge, which I've been absolutely stung on one of them, I'll be honest. The estates come from York, £108 plus VAT, which I thought was fair, to be honest. Do you know, I couldn't, if I went up and got it myself, I'd be using £50-60 in diesel. The coupe I messed up on, I'll be honest. That's coming all the way from Westbury, which is southeast London, which is a hell of a way. It's about 250 miles from here. So I've been stung a whopping £430, I think, for delivery on that, which is going to make it difficult to get some money out of now. But we don't have the choice to pick cars up, and I really didn't pay attention to, well, I did pay attention to where it was, I just didn't think it'd be that much. I thought it'd be half of it, half the price of that. So anyway, put down in the comments what you think. You like them, you don't like them, you think they're rubbish, you think they're crap. It's going to give us something to do for a couple of weeks at the least, and I'm sure I'll make a bit of money out of them. And if we end up losing on the Golf, which to be fair, it's up to 2,800 now. This is probably going to be after the auction ends actually, this video, so scrap that. I'll probably have told you already what it's sold for by the time this video comes out. So got some paint coming for the Corsa as well, a few bits and pieces, that hot stapler gun. I'm trying to find a different rear bumper as well, because in all honesty I'm not too sure about that one. Probably a bit too big of a crack. I don't know, we've got the hot stapler coming, so I'll try it, see what happens. Might work out okay. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, have a look round where I live. No, I've lived here forever. Just up behind me there's a big dam. Used to fish in there as a kid. Can't really see it from here, but I've ridden motorbikes all over these moors. It's all farmland, but you know, as long as you're not an idiot, you're not tearing up the fields, people are generally alright around here. So that's it. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time.